sometimes as a man, if you're banging a chick who you know does not belong to you, you may actually bang her longer. Why? Because you're conquering. You're not here to love her. You're here to give
That's
her
why
a good
infidelity
time.
sex is sometimes better.
Yes, because your mentality is different.
Simon says.
Simon says.
Simon says.
Simon says.
It's the Simon Says podcast.
You know what I've realized is that a lot of times, even
Yes.
a lot of even more attractive girls, you will find out that they're very self-conscious
Right.
when they're naked. And even
Yes.
like just speaking from my experience, I don't know what comes from that. Like the women's, like for me, what I've done is I've just be like first of all, I be comfortable naked. It kind of makes
Yes.
them relax. What usually causes women to like feel like you feel more comfortable clothed than actually naked, and yet you actually do have a good body.
Okay, but you started by saying attractive women. So let's
Yes,
stick with that.
some women who,
Well,
yeah,
they're attractive, but their attraction comes from what you see. They make up their face and the clothes they wear. So because they don't put makeup on their tits and on their thighs, they are wary that that's the area that I don't beautify.
I
You
see.
see? It's like a
Yeah.
guy who always looks good, nice haircut, good shave, good
Whatever.
clothes,
Yeah.
good socks, blah, 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 blah. But when a chick tells you, I want to suck your dick, some guys will be like, shit, is my dick going to be big enough? Why? Because it's the only thing that you don't show publicly. And when you do show it, you want a wow moment, not a, oh my God, what's that moment? You see?
Fireworks. Pa pa pa
Yes.
pa.
Fireworks in regards
Yeah,
to
I see
you
what you're
want her
saying.
to look at your
Yeah,
penis and
but
go
that's
like, whoa, that's a big boy. You see? So women in that sense beautify their faces
yeah.
and how they look and stuff like that. Like all these things we make fun of on social media, where you're seeing, all these things they're doing with their bodies, and in terms of even these wears where some of them is not really their natural look. It's like a pad, on the body that makes them
You
more
seen those
curvy than they
wraps?
really are.
You seen those body
Yes.
wraps?
Now, if a woman's used to those wraps, then it's very hard for her to feel confident about her natural body, because the wrap added a bit of aesthetic that we may like. Now she's thinking that aesthetic is more important than her natural body, which is usually false. You see, when she puts makeup on, forget her body. When she puts her makeup on, only when you're having sex with her is when she's comfortable, because she's thinking, well, the lights are not fully on, they're kind of dim, so I must still look sexy. But the minute she wakes up, she goes and powders herself and she puts a bit of makeup. So without that makeup, she believes she's not beautiful, yet she is. So that's a psychological thing. It's not really about her not being beautiful without the makeup. It's just a psychological thing. You see what I'm saying? That's why women, if you're on the phone with a woman and you tell her, yeah, I'm coming over, she will beautify herself kidogo, even if it's just making a hair, blah blah blah. But usually when a woman tells a dude, I'm coming over, dude does jack. He just opens the door. He remains as he is because we don't plaster things, or cleans up the house or something. Yes, but it's not about us. Maybe the house. I don't want her to find a messy house. But I won't start showering or washing my face, because for me, this is how I am, and this is how even when I go to the shop, when I go out to town, this is who I am. But for her, it's very different. She has a beauty element to maintain. So those are some of the drawbacks that we have as humans. Yes.
When it comes to us guys, there's one thing that we always do. Like even when it comes to us guys, there's one thing that we do not want to be called. We do not want to be called a minute man whenever it comes to sex. So a lot of times when it actually comes to sex, like I will admit it, my sexual experiences, a majority of them is based on me figuring out ways not to come fast.
Yes.
Literally, that's what my brain is at. Like, is that how we guys are supposed to handle it, or that's now? I'm just asking you. Like, literally, like I'm not. True story. A lot of us guys, like 90% of our thing is, what am I gonna do, or what am I gonna think about in order for me to come fast?
Yes, that's true. However, okay,
Mm.
I've mentored a lot of men. When I say a
Mhm.
lot of men, that sounds very exaggerated in my head because I wish there were more. Men don't open up as much as women do about sexuality and many things, but there are men who have trained to start, and it's not a quick fix. Men like quick fixes, but the men who have trained how to think about sexuality in regards to when you're having sex with a woman, don't be Simon. Train yourself not to be Simon.
I become who?
Simple things are the ones that work the best. You become like a superhero. This is just an example. The superhero you look up to,
Mm-hmm.
let's say it's Superman or Thor or Spider-Man or whatever.
Mm.
Be that person. Be
Yeah.
even create a friendship with your sexual lover. I didn't want to say wife or girlfriend. Sexual lover can be any
Mm.
woman, and have that friendship where she can also see you as Superman, for example, or Thor, whatever it is, or Captain America. I don't know, Captain Kenya. Create your own bloody whatever. But the point is, when you're
Captain.
inside, a bit soft. But anyway, yeah, so we know that. Yeah. So as long as there's this oomph, there's this Hulk moment, chances of you coming as fast as you would have change. You see, we've all been there. If you overthink how you feel about a woman during sex, think about it. If you're in your woman and you know you care about her, you know you love her, whatever love translates in your brain, if you have that moment of, babe, I love you, babe, I love being inside you, you are instinctively encouraging yourself to come. That's our procreational brain. When you're there going like,
Okay.
oh, babe, I love you. When you're trying to make love to her, when your moves are even softer and gentle, yes, it looks great, but what you're enforcing in your brain is very different. Now, look at it this way: have the same movement. You don't have to be rough. Yeah. You don't have to thrust her like you're some Mujengo guy, but if in your
Take
brain
it.
you are more of a, I'm the beast, you're the beast and I'm the beauty, you're thinking about conquering her, you're thinking about pleasuring her, but indirectly, because you're not thinking about a vagina. If you ever, like, when you're giving yourself, like if you're masturbating and you think about a girl you like, or a girl you have a fantasy over, or you even think about semen, most men tend to
Wait,
ejaculate faster.
wait. You ejaculate faster when you think about semen?
Yes, when you think, not when you just spontaneously think about semen, you're looking at your penis and thinking about coming. That's where I was going with this. That's why I said semen.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not thinking of
Okay,
oranges
cool.
coming out
Go
of your
ahead.
penis, so I had to say semen.
Okay, cool then.
You
Okay,
see?
fine.
So when you think
I got it.
of that, then chances are you'll ejaculate faster. The same way sometimes
Okay.
when some
How
men
do
penetrate, sorry?
Go ahead, go ahead.
It's the same way some men will penetrate a woman and then realize that the sexual chemistry that you thought was there was not there. So now you're not afraid about coming too fast. You're afraid of losing your erection. So you try mental things that keeps you erect. You see? It's the same
Mm.
application. So if men changed what they thought about during sex, and it doesn't come spontaneously, you've got to train yourself until one day you're comfortable with it. Like, ooh, I'm Superman, I'm Thor. Whether you're sharing with her or not, well, you can even change each other's names during sex. So you're this stud of a guy that you see on TV. It has to be something you can relate to better, and she can relate to as well. That's what I call sexual friendship. I mention it in many of my sessions. If you get to that level, you slowly start moving from procreational mentality to recreational.
Into
Dude, there's a reason why sometimes as a man, if you're banging a chick who you know does not belong to you, you may actually bang her longer. Why? Because you're conquering. You're not here to love her. You're here to give
that's
her
why
a good
infidelity
time.
sex is sometimes better.
Yes, because your mentality is different. You don't want to show her how fast you can come. You want to show her how you can pound her. You've conquered her. In your mind, you're even thinking, I don't even think her dude does this to her. You see? That encourages a lot of neurochemicals
Oh.
that keep your erection buzzing. So if you change your mentality,
That's
sex,
it.
yes, things will change gradually.
Okay.
But some men find it so complex to do that, yet it's not. Some will even, it's like these people who say, why are you watching Superman? He doesn't, no human flies. I'm thinking, yeah, that's probably why you have boring sex. You've got to have an imagination. You just have to.
Oh, so
You've got to
you
go to
cannot
another
think sex.
dimension.
You can't think
You cannot
sex just
think
as
a pleasure
go ahead.
point. Yes, a pleasure point. Like a guy who thinks, "Oh, I want to be inside her." The minute you say, "I want to be inside her," you might as well have said, "I want to come inside her," because it's the same thing. Your
Ooh.
influence is based on what you want to feel, how you want to enjoy. You've omitted the part that she has to enjoy as well.
It's the Simon Says podcast.